Hello people, what's up? Okay, hello, welcome back to my channel. The name's Ophelia. I give advices on self-development and mental health. And today, I'm going to tell you some mindset shifts that help me to get through any situation that comes my way, whether I'm alone or with a group of people. Obviously, take help from your friends if they're around because that's a blessing. That's what friends are for. But if you don't have anyone, or even if you do have someone, having these mindset shifts will help you insanely. Okay, so number one here, and my favorite, is who would be inspired by your story. Now, let's take a girl A, okay? So, girl A has been good at her academics since the time she was young. But then, when she reached high school, the main years of her life, when her results mattered the most, her, let's say, some family member passed away, and mentally she was really struggling, and because of that, her grades dropped, her mental health dropped, and she was never the same again. Even her confidence dropped, for which she was known for, okay? And sure, you may pity girl A for a moment, but would you give more than 2 minutes to her? So that is in no way an inspiring story. It's sad, but it's not inspiring, okay? But if girl A nevertheless not just keeps going at and comes back to the results she used to get, but instead starts getting even better results and does even better, becomes even more confident after what she has been through, that would be an inspiring story. That, oh my god, so many sad things happened in her life, but she didn't stop. Now think of your story that way. Would your story inspire anyone? Like, this small thing happened and then she was never the same again. I mean, sure, it may not be a small thing actually, but would anyone be inspired by a story? Now, I'm not saying you need to put that pressure on yourself, but for someone like me who is, let's say, into influencing people and helping, if you have that influencer mindset, this really helps me to get up on a bad day, okay? I think in terms of if I can get up on a bad day and I can show people that I can do it nevertheless, that would be an inspiring story. Anyone can do it on a day when they're feeling good. What about the bad days? They are the inspiring days, okay? Even if you don't have an influencer mindset, don't worry, we'll go on to the next mindset shift, which is very similar to this one, but it's basically, if this week is terrible for you, don't get through the week. Conquer it. Conquer the week, people. Because I really think people can put us in this mentality of, it's okay, you can get through this, it's fine. And I'm not saying pressure yourself again, but sometimes I really think when I'm in that victim mentality, I need this reminder, okay? I need this reminder that I have the capability to conquer it if I want, because I've done it before. And you can too. You can too. I don't care you've done it before or not, okay? Many people haven't done it before, but guess what? They're successful now. Just be a little delusional, okay? Don't get through it. Conquer it. Conquer it. Linking back to the last point, as bad as things can get is exactly as good as they can get. So if most people experience an average level of bad, they will also only experience an average level of good. I'm not saying it's less bad, but it's average, okay? Everybody goes through it. Whereas if you experience a worse level of bad, well then guess what? The good is also going to be more than average, okay? So you don't need to be average, you don't need to be good enough. You can be better than most people. You can be better than most people, and I'm truly saying this because I've seen it happen. It's proven, okay, that you cannot be enlightened without being depressed at some point in your life. People who never get depressed are never enlightened. And those who remain average, well, guess what? They're always average. You can do better than average, okay? So if things are really bad right now, trust me, good things are yet to come. They are about to come, because that's just how life works, okay? A lot of YouTubers will tell you this one, but you know why they say it? Because it's true. It's the fundamental basic you should know. Our adversities are lessons and blessings in disguise, okay? Your adversities, they're not meant to make your life harder. They are just lessons. You need those lessons to be living a better life than the average people, okay? Adversities are gifts because they're beautiful times to grow. In the moment, it seems really bad, but whenever you look back at that bad time you went through, you realize it was necessary. It was so necessary to shape you into the person you've become. And as well as, this leads me to the next one, there is no good or bad, there is just perception. Look, you cannot change the circumstances you have been given, but you can make them work in your favor. You can make them work in your favor. You can always be creative with how you see things. You can always be creative with how you study. Do you know how many amazing study tips are out there to just change your mindset? By the way, I'm uploading one of those pretty soon. Sorry, forgot to add this one, but you don't like your circumstances, you don't like whatever is happening, you know what? You can actually change it. It's easy to change things. Especially with all the content about manifestation on the net these days, it's very easy to change things. All you literally have to change is your own perception on it, and the things will change. That's it. Things will change. People will change. Situations will change. A new opportunity will randomly come by. All you need to change is your own perception on that thing. For example, if you get ghosted, instead of being like, oh, that means they don't like me. No. Would I ever like a person who is ghosting me? Ew. Do I like them that much? That is how you're supposed to think. Just switch the perception, bring back the attention to yourself. And if you want more details on this one, I have an entire video guide on my channel, so go check it out. Basically, you are the one in power, okay? You have all the power. Don't be fooled by what's going on around you. You always have the power. The minute you decide, you know what, I have the power. This situation is within my control. Boom, it's done. Literally, it's done. Your reality can change in 3 seconds. Why? Because your mindset can change any time. Like literally, your mindset has changed. Reality will conform. It will conform. Like seriously, it takes like 3 seconds. That's it. 3 seconds. Ignore your 3D, okay? Ignore your 3D. Nothing that's going outside actually really matters. What's going on inside you, if you can heal all what's inside of you and the internal conflict, things outside will automatically be in your control. All you need to control is yourself. So very frankly, all you need to control is your day, how it goes. Can you follow your routine? That's it. You control yourself one day. Your routine is there. Your mental health will be good. Your mental health and your internal world is good. The external will conform. I promise, it will conform. You have been through much worse in the past, okay? And if you can get through that, you can do anything. If you can live through that, still get up every day and still be grateful for what you have, you can do anything. You get up every single day and decide to keep moving forward, heal from things you don't talk to anyone about, even despite everything that's already happened to you. Do you know how big that is? Do you know how big that is? That's insane, okay? That's insane. And if you can live through that, all of that, you can do anything. This is nothing, okay? This is a piece of cake in front of all you have been through. The best things always come after the worst times. Just when you think it's over, it's never getting better, I will not make it through, trust me, that is the time when you've completely given up that things will change. The times when you're least expecting it, things will change. After a bad thing, a good thing is bound to come, okay? There will be miracles. I promise you, they will come. Imagine you're telling your future self how to deal with a situation which has come all over again. Because there are many problems that keep coming back over and over and over again. Let's say you went through a breakup, you healed from it, you'll inevitably going to go through a few others if you keep going, okay? That's one example, but there are many things that keep coming back, and every time they can seem problematic, and that's okay. But we need to make sure that our future self does not go through as much problems as we did. While you're going through it, open the notes app in your phone or any document, whatever you like, and write down how you get through that situation one by one. I'm not saying plan it all out in one go, but I am saying that as you go, as you keep going through the situation and as you keep learning, you keep writing so that your future self has something to look back on when the situation comes back again. I literally have documents for my sad days, for days when I have procrastinated till 3 p.m. and getting up to work midday. I have documents for how to get out of a rut. I have documents for literally everything, okay? I pre-plan for everything, especially girls' periods. You guys have periods every month. Why don't you guys pre-plan for them? I think we all know that when everybody keeps saying to us, do this, 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 and this, it might be easier to say because when you come out of a situation, it seems so obvious, right? But when you're stuck in it, it's difficult. It's difficult to do it. So, how exactly you feel in that situation, only while you're going through that situation you can make this mind map for yourself. Because if you make that mind map with a totally rational mindset, once you get out of the situation, you won't be able to validate yourself and you will totally be solution centric rather than having a combination of both empathy and solutions in your document. Okay, I really find it useful to make these documents while I'm going through a problem, because otherwise if I make them at times when I'm not actually going through them, I used to write standards in my documents that were too high for me at that time. Okay, if I'm on a low energy day, only the version of me that is actually going through that day knows how low on energy I am. But if I am making that document right now, for me, low energy would be different right now, okay? Only that version of me knows my needs at that time, okay? But at the same time, while you're stuck in the situation, not to wallow in it is very difficult. So think of it this way: how would I want my future self to act in this situation? And plan for her, okay? Anytime you're going through something difficult, make these documents, because more often than not, you will have these same situations come over and over and over again. And as well as you have your own advice that way. Your advice is the best advice you can get. You are your own best therapist, your own best friend, your own best advisor. And you are learning how to deal with situations not in a way that someone else does, but how you do. How you do. By recording this video, I'm not just doing a favor for you guys, I'm also doing a favor to my future self, am I not? Whenever I'm in a rut, I can watch this video and I know what exactly inspires me, what exactly helps me get out of it. Take things as a test, and not just a test of how to solve this situation, but a test of self-love. Because I think real self-love shows on the days when you don't feel at your best, when you're literally crumbling on the inside, when you just want to cry all day, you don't want to get up. That is when true self-love shows. That is when your real esteem comes out, how you feel about yourself. I think those are the best days to assess how much you really love yourself, or if you even love yourself. And it's okay to not love yourself. It's okay to realize, I don't like myself, I don't like this version of me. It's okay, just accept it and work on it. It's all right. I have a video linked in the description, you can watch it. If you love a friend, then would you only be there for them during the good times or also the bad times? So why not for yourself, right? And please remember that self-love is also actually doing things when you say you will do them rather than putting them off, okay? If you have school the next day, you are inevitably going to get up at the right time. But if you have a holiday the next day but you decide, I want to get up early to go to the gym, you will snooze your alarm. Do you know how much that affects your self-esteem? You are literally telling yourself unconsciously that for other people, it's okay to be there. I have to be there for them. But for myself, I'm not there for myself. Every time you're procrastinating or tired, just ask yourself, would I have done this for someone else? If the answer is yes, cool. If the answer is no, you know what I just said. Next up, everything is always working out in your highest favor ultimately. I want you guys to drill this affirmation into your head, okay? This is an affirmation I keep repeating to myself no matter what. Because how many times has it been that I think that this is the end, it's never going to get better, why did this have to happen to me? And every time, no matter how bad that situation was, whenever I come out of it finally, I always understand that that situation happened for a reason. And even if it was painful, it was important. It was important for me to learn and for me to get where I want to get. So everything is always working out in your highest favor. Please remember this. Next up, respond to situations, don't react. What do I mean by this? So meditation is something that immensely helps with this. So it's like you're sitting on a park bench, and as people are passing you by, you're just observing them. You're not stopping them, you're not interacting with them, you're just observing them. Kind of like people watching. It's the same with, let's say, your thoughts. Let's say you overthink a lot during a stressful time. So when those intrusive thoughts they come in, just observe them, let them pass. Don't replace negative thoughts with positive at that time. Just let them pass. Just let them pass by. Just observe them. And if you can do that with your thoughts, you can do that with people, you can do that with situations, and people can literally be shouting at your face, and you can just let it pass and not take it so personally. Because end of the day, everything that people say to you are just a projections of their own insecurities, their own life experiences, their own beliefs, their own thoughts. Their advice has nothing to do with you, everything to do with them. So please remember that. Respond, don't react. Just let things pass by. Observe. This is something that really helps me during my monthly cycle when I'm having so many intrusive thoughts, and not every time can you replace negative with positive every time. That creates somewhat of an internal conflict, okay? You need to let those thoughts pass. You need to just let them pass and not associate yourself with them. But I have to say, this doesn't happen in a day. You really just need to meditate regularly for it, and you also need to learn certain things. For this, I recommend my video, Don't Be Happy, Be at Peace. That video has got the most likes on this channel, and I really think it's a very insightful video. Whenever we are in a stressful situation, I think we often tend to either overwork ourselves or, fall into pits of procrastination. So I think the important term to remember here is balance, okay? Balance. I have to constantly remind myself that no matter how much I do one thing, even if I study more than 12 hours a day, it's just going to be counterproductive and it's not going to make a difference. Why? Because my head literally does not have the capacity to intake more information than that. It's literally not humanly possible. So please, there should be a good balance between rest and work. And try to take breaks that are either not on your phone or have something that does not allow you to use certain apps at certain times. I'm saying this because we can often pick up our phones to do something and then just end up procrastinating on it. Intentionally resting and picking up your phone is a good thing. If every time before picking up your phone, you ask yourself what exactly I've picked up this for, and you're conscious, then you're not procrastinating, okay? Procrastination is simply you being unconscious. Because think about it, how is it that when we are consciously doing one thing continuously, we ultimately get bored of it? Because that's just how humans are programmed, okay? If we do one thing continuously, we get bored of it and we then start using lesser and lesser of it. But why is it not the case with our phones? Because we are not conscious, we are unconscious, and when you're unconscious, you're procrastinating. Your brain is literally in freeze mode when you're procrastinating. You're not actually processing anything. So it's more so about being conscious than not picking up your phone. Just be conscious of whatever you do, okay? Resting for 7 hours while being conscious, even if you have loads of work, is much better than procrastinating for 3 hours when you were unconscious, because that really lowers your motivation and F's your focus. Be creative. Be creative. No matter what happens, I have this one trait naturally that always helps me get through stressful situations, and that's being creative. What do I mean by being creative? It means making things always work out in my favor by switching them in a way that makes them more fun to me. So for instance, I get really stressed out by my academics sometimes, and at that time I create jokes from concepts, okay? I just see concepts and I start making jokes from them, and I then just start sharing them with my friends. The jokes help me remember the concepts better and they make me laugh a little. Basically, you have to be creative with your daily routine, okay? You have to find new ways of doing the same things. Let's say you reach school by choosing the same path every day. Why not next day get up just 5 minutes early and choose the other path? Sometimes all you need is something new. Even if it's a small change, it brings freshness into your life. Sometimes we think we need some major changes to get rid of the boredom, but the truth is, we actually need really, really small changes from time to time here and there. It can be, instead of reading book on your tablet or Kindle, you can have a hardcover. It can be as simple as that. By being creative with your routines, I mean to say, just try to do things a different way. This will help you to get rid of the boredom. Okay, this one is a lifesaver, okay, and I literally haven't heard this one anywhere at all. So every time that I'm trying to describe my feelings to myself and I'm just wallowing in them too much to be actually rational enough to be finding solutions to my problem, I start using the word she instead of I to describe myself. So if I am thinking in terms of I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling anxious, etc., I start thinking in my head, she's feeling sad, she's feeling anxious. It's almost like you're looking at the situation from a third person's perspective and you're reading a story. And then as a reader, you're thinking, oh, what can she do right now? That really helps you to pick yourself up and come up with some rational solutions, okay? I forgot about this one, which I got from Tam Kaur. I really like this one. And she basically said, you're not failing enough. If you don't know what to do, if you have absolutely no direction, you're not failing enough, okay? You're not failing enough because you only fail when you try. The only important thing sometimes is to just keep going and just keep trying despite what happens, okay? Just don't stop, just keep going. And this is what she said basically, that if you're not there yet, it means you're not failing enough. And if you have failed, congratulations, you're one step closer to being there. Failure is one step closer to success. This one will seem a bit harsh to some of you, but I had this and I have to admit it helps. And especially if you're in a victim mentality, which is that if you aren't doing anything, you're not allowed to cry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, there were just some days where I would cry every single day, okay? Every single day. But I I signed an agreement with myself, okay, that if I want to cry, I have to do at least something. That something can be as small as cleaning up your room, changing a bed sheet, anything. It can be as small as that. It can be just drinking 8 liters of water in a day, okay? Anything that gets you closer to your goals. Small change, anything, even this small minuscule is counted. But you're not allowed to be stagnant. Being slow is okay, being tired is okay, being frustrated is okay. But if you want to cry, if you want to complain about your circumstances even, you have to do something, okay? You have to do something. If you want to cry, you have to do something. And although this one may sound a little crazy, if somebody is really stuck in a hole, I think this one did help me. So it's completely okay. You just have to accept your circumstances, and little by little, trust me, you will see that change. Because a lot of people, because of the fear of being slow, actually never start and they always stay stagnant. So no matter how slow you are, how down you're feeling, how low you are, quote unquote, you will still get ahead of most people. All you need to be committed to is, did I do something that will get me closer to my goal today? Just one thing. Can be small, can be big. Your wish just has to be something. Alright, I hope this video helped you in some way. I hope the situation gets better for you soon. And I'm sending all my best wishes and all the love you need. And I know you have the strength to get through this. And yeah, even if you have no one, always remember you have yourself and you have the universe or God or whoever you believe in. And I just know you can do it, because if I could do it, anyone can do it, okay? Anyone can do it. So seriously, don't underestimate yourself. Have self love, have self confidence, have high self esteem. Or I know it's actually easier said than done, but for the times that you feel bad, write a list of things about yourself that make you the amazing person that you are, and look back at it at the times when you have a low self esteem. Okay, and hopefully that will remind you of how amazing you are and how much you've already been through, and you will find the courage to get through this and ultimately reap your rewards at the end. So, yeah, like, subscribe. I hope this video helped you, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.